back to 3R Ballistics, and I'm actually coming to you from my truck, waiting in line here, picking up some school kids. So today we had kind of a messy day at work, and I started realizing that some of the tests that I have been doing recently, I haven't been putting on videos, and I thought I would take it to you guys to see if you even want to see some videos like this. Lately I've been making some targets for pistol range, some dueling tree targets that are both pistol and rifle rated if I want to take them out a lot further, have a little bit of challenge back and forth. And basically everything at the range that I have out there, I have fabricated in some manner. I don't make the actual AR-500 plates, but I usually make the stands or the dueling tree, or I use a urethane based targets for an A zone. So you know, it's one of those infinity type targets where you can just shoot it over and over, spray paint a little bit of white back on there, and you know, you have a new target. I also have been messing with ballistics shells. I have been putting some materials, tile, other things inside ballistics gel to see what happens to the material. It's a little bit of material science, but in that I noticed that standard organic ballistic gel tends to tear apart a little more easily than the synthetic gel. So I thought, the synthetic gel has been getting higher and higher in price, and you know, nobody's just handing it to me. So I thought, just like everything else I do here, I'm gonna figure out how it's made and make it. And to my surprise, I can make it for a little less than the actual organic ballistic gel. It's just not quite as easy, user-friendly to make. So if that's something you want to see, I have plenty of different types of synthetic gel that I have made. Some that's much more dense, is not quite as clear to see through, and some that's very clear and closer to the 10-20% ballistics, organic ballistic gel, the FBI blocks that you usually see. So let me know. Let me show you some of the video. I'll probably do some voiceover on what I've done, and we'll go from there. So this is one of the examples I wanted to bring forth. This is the organic ballistics gel with the tile inset. And for this test, I wanted to see what kind of kinetic energy would be transferred after a 308 round hit the tile. And when I went ahead and tested it, I was surprised how much expansion we got behind the tile. The only problem I really ran into is that there was so much kinetic energy transferred past the tile that it completely tore the block into 3 fairly large pieces. I then had to kind of piece them back together, for lack of a better word, and I also had to clean them. So I cleaned and put them back together. I was able to go ahead and get the measurements and such that I needed, but it really took me back to thinking about creating some synthetic gel, and that's where it led me. It led me to kind of doing a little bit of material science and going back to more of a synthetic gel, something that's not affected by as much heat, something that has more tear strength and elasticity. Even on these first sample blocks, I went ahead and I think I ended up shooting these with some HST 9mm hollow points, and I wanted them as close to each other as possible to see what kind of damage it would do to the gel. Even on this last shot here, I went as high as possible, and the gel stayed completely intact. Not only that, but when I was done testing this, I was even able to check the, I guess, wound tract is the best way to say that. Again, these aren't as clear as I've made them, but you can see they bring up just as much detail as the synthetic gel. Then after the testing, I went ahead and remelted it just like synthetic gel, and I tested it again, and to my surprise, it reacted just like it did before. I will say remelting is very easy. You just put it in the toaster oven at 300 degrees, and 15 minutes later you have a new block. Then that got me going into the densities. I really started messing with the densities, and that's kind of where I am now. I am reducing the size of the blocks to like a 6x5, and I'm being able to stop some 9mm. But let me know in the comments. Let me know, is this something you guys want to see? You want to see how I make these? Do you want to know how synthetic gel's made? Do you want to know how I made my dueling tree? Again, we have plenty of videos coming up. Just thought I would throw this out there because this is some of the stuff I've been making lately. Until the next one.